The arrival of Gordan Petric in November has enabled manager Ivan Golac to maintain remarkable consistency of selection. Petric and goalkeeper Guido van de Kamp, taking advantage of Alan Main's long-term injury, play their 13th consecutive matches, having achieved 6 shutouts in 12 games. And the cutting edge in attack is likely to be provided by Craig Brewster, who has become one of the hottest goal scorers in the country. After a slow start following his £250,000 transfer from Wraith Rovers, he scored 10 times in the last 18 matches. Dundee player-manager Jim Duffy is without Jerry Britton and Alan Dinny through suspension, and Paul Ritchie, who's injured. So Paul Tosh joins George Shaw in attack, and otherwise the team is on familiar lines, with Dragutin Ristic joining Ray Farningham on the bench. And one of the club's big hopes for the future is 19-year-old Neil McCann, who starts his 5th consecutive first-team match this afternoon. A left-sided midfield player, he joined the club from Port Glasgow Boys Club 2 years ago. And the referee this afternoon is the man who handled the Motherwell Celtic Cup tie so efficiently a week ago, Bill Crombie from Edinburgh. So United start the 3rd Tayside derby of the season, having had 2 wins already over their close rivals, and on a very good run at the moment. They have started 1994 with a 5-game undefeated run, 3 wins and 2 draws. Dundee, on the other hand, after 6 matches since the new year, have still to record a win, 3 defeats and 3 draws. One of them, of course, that cup tie against Clydebank last week. But the Dundee side has been freshened up considerably. In fact, they have played no fewer rather than 31 players in the first team this season. McKinley going in fiercely on Frail. There's a very angry exchange there. McKinley upsetting Stephen Frail by showing his studs in that challenge. That's why referee Crombie is having a quiet word with him. Referee Crombie taking Billy McKinley to the side, and here's why. And the studs were showing there. He looked to be very high with a tackle. McKinley helps it on for Connolly. That's good play again from Connolly. Brewster on the touchline. Connolly trying one man too many there in the run. Well, this is shaping up to be a very entertaining match. Both sides anxious to attack. Petric trying to play football from defence all the time. That's Malpass. Here's Brewster. The layoff finds Connolly. That's Crabb. Connolly again. Oh, Paddy Connolly showing a lot of confidence and good close skills. Good move this from Dundee United. Well created, allowing Connolly that shooting chance, which he rather scooped over the top. Here's Deekhorst. That's a good pass. Now Shaw. Very awkward indeed. Bowman is left with no option. Good attacking play once again from Dundee. Certainly profiting from the accuracy and passing from midfield from Morten Deekhorst, who picked out George Shaw here. That was deflected and could have been troublesome. Pittman's corner kick. Quillen fighting for the ball there. Deekhorst collects. Now McCann. Well, an ambitious attempt there by George Shaw for the overhead effort. He had a very lively opening spell though, the former St Mirren Partick Thistle striker. McCann under pressure there from Bowman and McInally, and that's not an easy task for a young player to cope with these 2 experienced international players. There goes Malpass. Came off Verto, appeals for handball. Well, Verto's command of English must have improved there, as was with referee Crombie, to no avail nevertheless. McKinley may be the striker, so could Brewster. McKinley. Oh, deflection gives the corner kick to United. Well, he is growing in stature, Billy McKinley. He made his international debut for Scotland in Malta in November, making all international midfield four for United. Well, she's up well, it's stopped to the line, and turned in by Paddy Connolly. It's the opener for United. And that'll be a nightmare for Jim Duffy when he sees it again. But Paddy Connolly reacting so swiftly inside the area to score his 6th goal of the season. It was the presence of Brian Welsh which caused all the problems. A good in-swinging corner made us in trouble all the time there. With Welsh, it was blocked on the line, but Connolly reacted swiftly, and United have the lead. Now pass again, here's Connolly. Now Brewster. Duffy did enough to cause a problem for Brewster. Need a chance for a second. Duffy clears the ball, and what relief there for Paul Mathers. He almost gave that to Scott Crabb. The United players thought that Mathers was guilty of a very heavy tackle. The first touch caused the problem. Well now, Paul Mathers careening into Crabb. Well, the referee took a lenient view of that, but others might have given a penalty. Shaw against Welsh. Free kick's been given. Surveying the scene ahead before playing that towards Tosh. Shooting chance for Paul Tosh! That is a great save by Van de Kamp. Tosh holds his head, he can't believe that didn't go in. Wow, what a magnificent save it was by Guido Van de Kamp. You see the layoff here. It was played into his path by George Shaw. He set himself, Tosh. Thundered that towards the corner. What a magnificent stop. This is Tosh. McCann did well. Weghorst holding off his man extremely well, but I think he may have been penalised. Morten Weghorst getting into advanced positions frequently. And as the ball came across here, Neil McCann initially did extremely well to get to that. Now look how well Weghorst holds off McInally to get this attempt on goal. Blake's header, returned by Welsh. There's Blake again. Well pass towards Connolly. That's good control. Options all around him. One of them was Bowman. Crabb is ahead. Gotto helps it on. Malpass keeps the pressure on here. Looking for Brewster. Pittman did well with Blake. Bowman to Crabb. Awkward one that for Blake. And a misunderstanding between Mathers and Pittman. The goalkeeper has to get back in a hurry as Blake wins the high ball. That's McInally. Now McKinley. Still United probe patiently for the second goal. Well, no one in the far post for United. That wasn't a bad ball. If someone had been attacking that area for United, they would have had a free header. Well, Blake there had to stretch very awkwardly to make a clearance inside his own area. He may have stretched the muscle. So this concerted piece of attacking play by Bowman, allowing Crabb to whip the ball in, and there was the stretch made by Blake. Malpass, Connolly. Well tackled by Frail. That's McKinley, who was caught late by Virto, and Virto will be booked for persistent fouling. The Dundee captain. So the man who joined Dundee from Banja Kostrava in Czechoslovakia, shown the yellow card. Perhaps a shade far out this for a direct strike on goal. Hello, Gordon Petric is hovering there to the right. He may well be looking for the ball late into his path. Steady a picture there. McKinley's involved in everything. It's on to Petric. Well, took a divot there, but he's won a corner kick. Petric stays forward with Welsh. Van der Horn joins them now. So here's Billy McKinley with a corner. Petric goes up well, and it's cleared off the line. Dusan Berto, the skipper. What a superb header that was by Gordon Petric. Just on half-time. It could have been a killer blow to Dundee. Now Tosh. McCann supporting well, quickly on the left. He crossed to the dummy, here's Tosh. Van der Horn intercepted. Berto again. Halted by Petric, who won't be able to continue that run because the half-time whistle has gone. And I fancy that's welcome respite for Dundee. Jim Duffy, I'm sure, will want to take his players into the dressing room and reorganise and regroup, because after a very impressive opening spell, Dundee lost that goal in 14 minutes, which is scored by Paddy Connolly after the corner kick by Billy McKinley, was headed on by Welsh, blocked to the line by Berto, and stroked home by the little striker, and that's the goal which gives United a deserved lead. It's Dundee United 1, Dundee 0. So the start of the second half phase in the game, which I think may have a vital bearing on the outcome, because Dundee started full of confidence, taking the game to United, but then were hemmed back as the first half wore on. Could have gone further behind than the one goal scored by Paddy Connolly. So the effect of the half-time pep talk from Jim Duffy and John McCormick will be established here early on in the second half. United coming so close to that second goal with Petric's header cleared by Berto, and they clearly will have some belief that they are capable of winning this game. Handball by McInally. A number of passing movements displayed by United in the first half too, taking a lot out of Dundee, I reckon. As the game goes to later stages, that might become apparent. George Shaw's header, there's Welsh. Prefers the ball in his left foot, so he'll let that run. Well, looks very committed and determined, Brian Welsh. It's back with Frail. Forced to hurry there by the attentions of Brewster. Now Connolly taking on Blake. Brewster. Connolly again, Malpass overlapping. Good running by Malpass. That's a fine cross. Brewster was there. The ball was just out of reach for Craig Brewster, but it was fine build-up play once again from Dundee United. And the involvement here of Maurice Malpass made all the difference, taking this at pace, sending over a very good outswinging cross. Brewster trying to get on the end of that, and it was turned away by Duffy. Here's Billy McKinley, who will take this outswinger. Being attacked by Petric and by Welsh. And a chance on there again for Brewster. Well, will United live to regret those misses? Craig Brewster has been such good goal-scoring form. There's a great chance here as that ball was won commandingly by Welsh. Brewster on his own, it came off his shoulder. Headed on by McCann, this is Shaw. Showing too much of that to Welsh. Well, Craig Brewster, I reckon, will be very anxious indeed to score in this match in view of the opportunity spurned. Penalty kick's been given. A push in the back by Petric on Weghorst. It was a very simple offence, but it was inside the penalty box and throws a lifeline to Dundee. Well, no question about that. Using the arms illegally, Petric. It was a foul inside the penalty box, and that means Dundee have a penalty. Shaw against Van de Kamp. And that's a wonderful save by Van de Kamp. Not a bad penalty by any means, and Dave Bowman guilty of a rash tackle into the back of Neil McCann. He'll be in trouble. Well, the game really flaring up as Bowman is the latest player to be shown a yellow card. Well, he was very reckless going into the back of Neil McCann. Bowman's not happy about that, but what a save this is from Guido van de Kamp, who's had one outstanding save already in the match. That's another. Now George Shaw, I think, had every reason to believe that would finish up in the net. The keeper guessed right, and he was very quickly across. McKinley playing it wide. This is Connolly again, faced by McQuillan. Going to the orthodox cross. Brewster beaten by Blake. This is McInally. Now McKinley assessing the options. Picks out Welsh on the left. Hanging that one up for Brewster. Connolly. Grab. Leaving it to Bowman. That's close. Good effort with a weaker foot that from Dave Bowman. Switching to his left for the shot. Well, United taking a lift, I think, from that missed penalty. Steadying himself for the shot, trying to get that on target. Bowman being told by the referees, checking time there. It's a long way to go. Start thinking about time wasting. Connolly to Brewster, back to Connolly. Blake did well. There's Petric. Hanging that up in the air for Brewster against Mathers. And there's Connolly! Off the line by Blake. Well, what a narrow escape for Dundee. Craig Brewster thought the ball had crossed the line. The linesman indicating clearly to the referee that it hadn't. Berto to Pittman. Ball still in play. Pittman turns inside. And Tosh attacking that ball very well indeed, under pressure from Welsh. But some very good attacking play that by Dundee to show they're very much alive in this match. Steve Pittman with his right foot playing in a very good driven ball, which Tosh reached first. Well, he's brought down by McInally. No question about that being a foul. McInally sticking to his task of controlling the creative craft of Weghorst. Well, for one so tall, he really has a lovely touch on the ball, Weghorst. This is Neil McCann. Playing in right-footed. Tosh lays it up for Shaw. This is Frail. The good ball across the face of goal. Needed a touch from a teammate on the 6-yard line. Well, they went under the ball, Stephen Frail. He had one thought in his mind, that was to test Guido van de Kamp. The ball was clear to him here, and he came onto this with such conviction. He really did want to test the keeper. Going wide there, driving across the face of the goal. McInally to McKinley. And the Hearn hanging that up. Crab and Pittman together. Crab again. Oh, it's fine play. This is Brewster. And very close indeed once again. It was touched behind for the corner by Mathers. Scott Crab did so well here, and so did Brewster. Saw the gap opening up. And the keeper will have a very fine save. Paul Mathers doing well. We've had a change now, called by the bench for Dragutin Ristic. Pittman surviving a handball appeal. Ball was out. Made a competitor all right as well. Grab. McInally. Brewster. Snipped away there by Weghorst. That's Duffy. Ristic. Van de Kamp out very swiftly. He has been a commanding figure inside that United penalty box. Ristic just helping that on for Shaw, but plenty of cover. Verto to Ristic. Weghorst. Ristic, a chance for the equalizer. It's a great goal for Dundee. Dragutin Ristic justifies his intrusion into the play. Oh, what a fine goal it was. Weghorst at the heart of it all. He timed the pass into the path of Ristic, and he had only one thought in his mind from that point on. Dundee have snatched an equaliser with 12 minutes left. Weghorst with a great pass, and Ristic with a deadly finish. So Ristic getting his 6th goal of the season for Dundee. Light plays it in. Petric meets it in very sure-footed fashion. That's Crabb. Even Nixon. Duffy kept his eye on the ball all the way there, doing a good clearing header. Just Crabb again. Strong play by the former Hearts man. Still not prepared to give up. He's worked extremely hard to get to the byline. Bowman stabbing that in for Nixon. And the block came from Duffy. Here's Weghorst. Bowman, and a problem there because Scott Crabb came back from an offside position to make a tackle there, having gone over the goal line on that run. So they throw to Dundee. We're into the final minute of the match now. Here's Dusan Verto. Weghorst again with a head flick on. Played across by Shaw. Ristic into the chance there for the winner. Brilliant play from Dundee. Ray Farningham it was. Breaking through the United defence. Well, what a dramatic ending that would have provided. Superb play this from Dundee. Delicate play there by Ristic into the path of Farningham. Under severe pressure, couldn't steer it beyond Van de Kamp. Good play by Van der Horn. Long towards Nixon. Appeared to get wrestled there by McQuillan. Indeed he was. It's a free kick to United. And perhaps the last chance to win this. The referee insisting on the wall, retreating to the 18-yard line there. And that's the least that can be expected. Well now, McKinley over the ball. Petric also involved. So is Brewster. There's McKinley. No threat there to Paul Mathers. Well, that might settle it all. Well, McKinley, full of confidence these days, and never causing a problem for Mathers. Well, we're into injury time now. It's been a great battle this by Dundee. They look to be playing second fiddle to United for so much of the match. But in the end, their resilience and determination has earned them a point with a very fine equalising goal coming from Dragutin Ristic. 12 minutes from the end, after the United defence was carved wide open by Morten Weghorst with a superb pass. United will wonder how this one got away, having dominated for long spells. But Dundee, at the foot of the Premier Division, showed nothing but complete conviction and determination. They would not lie down, and they earned a reward right at the end. Dundee United won, Dundee won.
Jim, a match where United had so much possession and yet you earned a point. Were you pleased with that?
Yeah, we're obviously very pleased, especially being a goal down, missing the penalty. But the team today worked together as a team and battled for 90 minutes, and I think we got the point we deserved.
Was there a thought in your mind towards the end that you might snatch two?
Yeah, well, we almost did. Farnham had a chance right on the, the final whistle almost to snatch it. But then Dundee United a free kick, where Billy McKinlay, usually hits the target. So, at the end of the game, we're quite happy with the point.
Is there some concern on your part, though, about the fact that you had so much of the ball for so long in the game without killing Dundee off?
Well, definitely. We needed a goal after 1-0. So we didn't do this, and it was just, always hanging on. Even we had plenty of ball possession, and as I say, we played very well. But in this kind of game, it's always going to happen that opposition will get a couple of times in front of your goal. It's going to be fluke, whatever. It's 1-0.
So Dundee's third away point of the season. It's not much, is it? And they're a good deal happier with that point than United are, clearly. Let me firstly ask you, Derek, as a Dundonian yourself, the crowd of only 10,600 and odds. That's disappointing, surely.
I think it is when you see the empty seats there in the stand, with the ground now taken away behind the goal. You'd think that they would manage to fill it, but such is our game nowadays, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. Surprised, perhaps, that United weren't able to capitalise and collect 2 points?
Well, it's so much of the play, and really when you have so much of the play, as we've said before, you've got to score a goal. And I think after they got the first one, Dundee actually tightened up a wee bit more and restricted Dundee United to long shots. And I think they thoroughly deserved their point, Dundee. That I think, in my opinion, I think they will go down. But there certainly doesn't look as if they're going to do that just now. They're fighting very hard for Jim Duffy.
That's right, they have. Jim Duffy's got a hard job in his hands. He's got some good young players, though. Yeah. Let's look at one or two of the personalities involved today. Firstly, the man that took so long to get to Tannadice, but my goodness, he's a player, Gordan Petric.
He's a smashing big player. We've said it before about centre-backs that just don't like giving the ball away. He's always looking to pass it to someone in the same colour of shirt as his own, and I think if anybody looks like Alan Hansen, it's him. The same type of running, he passes the ball exactly the same. Never looks under pressure until throw-ins in the box.
That was a silly one,
he has his moment of madness, and that was his there, the push, and thankfully for him, Dundee missed it. And like any other centre-half, loves to come up for corner kicks. I mean, he was unlucky there because that was a back heeler off the line, but I think he's been a smashing buy for 600,000. Different class. He waited an awful long time, Golax, to get him, but he now eventually has got him. Billy McKinlay has taken an awful lot of responsibility in the last season or so. Great, he's got 2 great feet and always there when the ball's about. Never frightened to take it. Doesn't matter how many players are near him. Always wants it. Always wants to play football. He's got 2 good feet. He just sits back there again. Doesn't want to rush forward. Just cools the play down. Looks up either side and hits a lovely ball through. And I think you need players like Bill McKinlay there. I'd like to see him get a bit forward a wee bit more, because remember he was scoring goals at the start of the season because he was getting forward. He wasn't getting us forward much today.
On the Dundee side, Morton Veghorst, lovely little touch here to set up the equaliser.
Well, I watched him 2 seasons ago with Brøndby. He was a smashing player, and I think Dundee got him for about 200,000. I think he's been a great buy. He's back defending, he's a workhorse, he can score goals. We've seen him score cracking goals, and he set that one up. Here's a young man I watched a few weeks ago and showed an awful lot of composure for such a young lad. Dundee fans love him. I mean, he loves a winger. Yes. We need wingers in the game, and he's certainly a young lad, both feet, and that's a good thing into the box. And I'm sure in the next couple of seasons we're going to see a lot more of this young lad, because he's a very confident young man, and I'm sure Jim Duffy delighted him.
Now, this is a controversial incident. Was this a penalty? I'm inclined to think that most referees would have given this.
Well, I would disagree with you just for a change there. I think that bad first touch with the goalkeeper. Look, there's no intent. It's all about intent. Was there intent to take the man down? I think he was just a typical goalkeeper challenger. I don't often agree with referees.
Now, what about this one for a pass back?
No, I think he got it right again. I mean, nobody does magnificent to clear that. I mean, how does he know the goalkeeper's behind him for that? I mean, I think that was a smashing clearance. He'd been unlucky if he was penalised for that one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the spirit of the law is that that's not a pass back. So you're actually giving Bill Crombie plaudits today, are you?
I'm afraid I am, yes, for the first time in my life. But he was due it today, yeah.
Yeah. Now, you've already said that you think Dundee will still go down. They're 6 points adrift at the foot of the table, but they're 9 points clear of safety as it stands at the moment.
Well, that's the way you've got to look at it. Never mind the second bottom team, it's the third bottom team. And as you say, 9 points, and they're going to have to lose all these games, the other 2 clubs. So hopefully I'm wrong, but I think Dundee will go down, yeah.
And what about United?
Well, it's important for them. I don't think they're not going to win the league, that's for sure, but they will certainly decide who is going to win it eventually, because they've still to play the top 4 teams.
They've got a tough draw in the cup, obviously, against Motherwell, but are they worth maybe an outside bet to win the trophy that they've never managed to
Well,
win?
I think that's all they've got to go for these days. I mean, when they get in finals, they're not doing too well with them anyway. I think Motherwell are on a high, and actually I fancy the Well to get through the next round.
OK, well, that's a couple of weeks away yet, of course, but meantime, let's take a look at what was happening elsewhere today. Rangers moved 2 points clear of Aberdeen at the top of the table after beating Partick Thistle 5-1. That's their biggest league win.